Okay, so we're back. I know this is really weird because in a lot of these videos, I am wearing the same clothes. So I have to work all day tomorrow. No, I don't. I have to work a half day tomorrow. But I am doing a big family dinner. And we're going to have a lot of people here. We're going to have a bonfire. So please go outside, have fun. But yeah, so I wanted to make sure I put enough up for today, tomorrow, and Sunday, so that this way I could relax on Sunday, and then I'll be back at it Monday. But this way you guys will have plenty of nighttime reading, or if you are doing your afternoon reading like my son does, you need to do 30 minutes each day. I made sure I did 30 minutes of each book, or I at least tried to, so that this way you got about the approximate. So here we go. We're going to finish. I don't know about finish. We're going to put about 15 more minutes in with the Critter Club. Liz learns a lesson. And we left off on Chapter 5, Critter Sitters. We also just found out that she actually gets along very well with her two table mates that are from different schools that also have a hard time with math, but they like to joke about it. So she feels better. She's more relaxed now. So here we go. Critter Sitters. Liz told her mom all about class on the drive home. She could hardly wait to tell her friends, too. At home, Liz grabbed a sandwich before she hopped on her bike and headed for the Critter Club. Ellie, Amy, and Marion were all there organizing pet food and supplies. When they saw Liz, they came over and gave her a big group hug. I guess everyone knows, Liz asked. She looked at Ellie. I hope you don't mind, Ellie said. The girls were worried, wondering where you were. Liz smiled. I don't mind. Oh, okay, said Ellie. Then tell us all about it. Don't leave anything out. Ellie, give her a break, Amy teased her friend. No, it's okay, Liz said. I was nervous this morning, but it wasn't so bad. The girls sat down in a circle, each on an upside-down bucket. Is school really empty and quiet? Ellie wanted to know. She's nervous. She's, like, is it? Like, you want to tell me? Do you know anyone in class? Amy asked. And what's the teacher like? Marion questioned. Liz told them all about it, about Mr. Brown, the fun pop quiz, and Robert and Laura. There's going to be a test every Friday. Liz looked around the barn. So what did I miss? She asked her friends. Ellie, Amy, and Marion looked at each other. They shared a secret. Smile. Should we show her now? Ellie asked. What? Asked Liz. Show me what? They led her over to a glass tank on the side table. The Kim family dropped off their pet this morning, said Amy. They're going on a 4-week cruise, so we're going to watch Herman. No, said Ellie. Liz is going to watch Herman. I am not watching Herman. Yeah, I'm with her. Liz looked in the tank. Sitting on one of the rocks was a big, fuzzy tarantula. I'm going to go with a world of no. No, thank you. He is so adorable, cooed Liz. She put her face close to the glass. Hi, Herman. Of all the girls, Liz was the one most into unusual pets. She had a pet ferret named Reggie, whom she adored. As Liz liked to say, all pets needed love. Mice, salamanders, snakes, Madagascar, hissing cockroaches. No. I call snakes nope ropes. A pass. But more power to her. Liz grinned through the glass at the spider. Herman, she said, this summer is looking up. Chapter 6. An Extra Student. The next morning, Liz rode her bike to school. Laura was at the bike rack. Hi, Liz, Laura said as she parked her own bike. Hi, Laura, Liz replied. You live close enough to bike, too? Laura nodded. Yep, I live about 3 blocks away, over by the public library. Liz felt a pang of sadness. She wished she were at the public library right now, at Miss Cummings' art class instead of in her school's library. Just then a car pulled up in the drop-off circle. Robert hopped out. Hi, she said, walking over to Liz and Laura. What did you guys think of the homework? Liz groaned. Oh, she said. The 3 of them headed for the school entrance. Regrouping is another thing I am terrible at. Me too, said Robert. Me 3. Said Laura. Suddenly, she stopped in her tracks. Hey, that's a crazy-looking rock, she said, pointing at the ground. Liz and Robert stopped, too. There was a brownish-green rock right on the sidewalk. It had some kind of pattern on it. Oh, wow, said Robert. Is it a rock or is it a... Slowly, a little head peeked out from under the rock. Then 4 little legs appeared. Pop, 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 pop. The rock started to move. It's a turtle, Liz exclaimed happily. Cool. Moving carefully, the three of them knelt by the turtle's side. He's so beautiful, Liz says. Where do you think he came from? Robert asked. Liz looked around. I think there's a little pond back there, she said. She pointed towards the woods next to the school. Maybe he lives there. Maybe he's someone's pet, Laura suggested. They stood watching the turtle walk in slow motion. He was inching very, very slowly towards the street. I don't think we should leave him here, Liz said. What if he crawls into the road? Oh, that's a good idea, though, not to leave him there. They had to get to class. Liz made a quick decision. She emptied her backpack. She gently picked up the turtle and placed him carefully at the bottom. Then she zipped the bag back up, but not all the way. Come on, she said, picking up her homework sheets. Let's get to class. Robert and Laura looked at each other, their eyes wide. Robert shrugged. Laura giggled. Liz smiled, a twinkle in her eyes. Then together they hurried to class. Mr. Brown began class by writing some addition problems on the whiteboard. Under the table, Liz's backpack was wiggling. I hope he has enough air in there, Liz thought. Okay, Mr. Brown said. So, for which problem will you need to regroup? He called on a girl at another table. While she answered, Liz peeked under the table. Is it too dry for him in there? Liz wondered. Great, Mr. Brown was saying to the girl. Who else? And are there any other problems here that will need regrouping? He called on Robert. Maybe I should take the turtle to the bathroom, Liz thought. He could swim in the sink. Good, Robert, Mr. Brown said. Now there's just one left, one more problem on the board that will need regrouping. Who can tell me which? What if he's hungry, Liz was thinking. But what do turtles eat anyways? Liz, Mr. Brown called. Liz, can you tell me? Startled, Liz jumped a little in her seat. She hadn't heard the question. What should she say? She shifted in her seat. Her right leg bumped the backpack under the table. It fell over. Liz squealed loudly and then blurted out, Turtle! She reached down and propped the backpack up. When she sat up again, everyone was staring at her. Liz flashed a smile. She tried to act natural, but she could feel her cheeks blush. Liz, do you have something to share with the class? Mr. Brown asked. She looked across the table at Robert and Laura. They were both trying to contain their laughter. I would, too, if my classmate shouted out, Turtle, after being asked a math question. Then Liz picked up her backpack and stood up. She walked over to Mr. Brown's desk. She reached inside her backpack and pulled out the turtle. The whole class gasped, and the turtle slowly pulled his head into the shell. What would Mr. Brown say? See, he was outside on the sidewalk, Liz exclaimed. It looked like he was headed into the street. I didn't want to leave him. Mr. Brown's eyes were wide. He looked surprised. But was he mad? For a moment, Liz couldn't tell, until his mouth turned up in the corners. He was smiling. Then he was laughing. Well, this is a first, he said. I've never had a reptile in class before. Chapter 7. Counting Digits. Liz breathed a sigh of relief. Whew. She was glad she wasn't in trouble. I bet we can find him a cozier spot, Mr. Brown said. He spotted the librarian's empty fish tank. He let Laura and some others go outside to find some rocks. Meanwhile, Mr. Brown took Liz and Robert with him to get water. Make it warm water, Robert told Mr. Brown. My dad once had a turtle, and they like it warm. Oh, and I can find out what turtles like to eat, said Liz. I'll bring food for him tomorrow. Before long, the tank was the perfect turtle home. Our new friend looks very happy, said Mr. Brown. Now, let's get back to math. Oh, everyone moaned. But Mr. Brown had some fun up his sleeves. We're going to use math to name our turtle. Hooray! The class cheered. Mr. Brown laughed. See? Math can be fun. Together they made a list of some math-themed names. Mr. Brown wrote them all on the whiteboard. Then the class voted. Each person put a tally mark next to their favorite. Well, it looks like our turtle has a name, said Mr. Brown. Welcome, Digit. As the first week of class went on, everyone seemed excited to have a class pet, even Mr. Brown. On Wednesday, they worked on greater than and less than. Liz's favorite problem was, which is greater, 1,000,000 turtles or 1,000,000,000 turtles? On Thursday, they did word problems. Some were really tricky. Digit crawled 2 inches on Sunday, 10 inches on Monday, and 12 inches on Tuesday. How many feet does Digit crawl altogether? Now really listen to that. He starts off in inches, and he says 2, 10, and 12. But in the end, it says how many feet does Digit crawl altogether? Liz added the numbers 2 plus 10 plus 12. She wrote down her answer, 24. She raised her hand. Before I call on anyone here, a hint, said Mr. Brown. The first step is solving a word problem, is getting the answer. It's getting the question, like I just said. Huh, thought Liz. She reread the problem. This time she noticed, how many feet does Digit crawl altogether? She erased her 24. 24 inches was the same as, Mr. Brown called on her. 2 feet, Liz said. Excellent, Liz, Mr. Brown said. Finally, it was Friday, test day. Mr. Brown went over everything they had covered that week. Then he passed out the test papers. Liz took a deep breath. She had stayed home from the Critter Club on Thursday afternoon so she could study hard. She asked Ellie to tell Amy and Marion why. Then after dinner that evening, Ellie had called on the phone. Everyone says good luck. You're going to do great. Liz picked up her pencil. I hope Ellie's right, she whispered to herself. The library was silent for the rest of the class. Liz worked hard and lost track of time. After class, Liz walked out into the sunshine. Laura was right behind her. So what did you think? She asked Liz. You know, said Liz, it wasn't too bad. Actually, for the first time ever, Liz felt like she wasn't totally awful at math. And we're going to stop there, and we'll pick up at chapter 8. But what do you guys think? I think Liz is working really, really hard. And I think maybe she's getting a little bit more of it now. Maybe her mom's right. Baby steps. Each little thing will equal to something greater.